Okay, so I just want to go over a few more examples with you so I know that I spoke to you about it. If you have any other questions, then maybe these will answer them, any confusion you have. All right, excuse me. So I'm going to look at two more examples of subtraction, which we really don't subtract integers. We turn them into addition signs. So -7 plus +4. I'm going to draw my -7. I get my pencils gone. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And my +4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now my -7 and my +4, I'm going to now have to decide what to get rid of. Well, I can't subtract nothing from set -7, 4 from -7. So because this is a subtraction, I need to zero them out. So I'm going to bring in some negatives, which gets rid of those. Now I have to change that sign and that sign. So now this equation now becomes -7 plus -4, because everything is the same now, which also becomes -7, -4, which will give me 7 and 4, -11. Okay, I think I'm going to use a pen from now on, because sometimes I think it's just later in the day and the pencil's not really showing very well. Okay, so let's look at the next one. -2 minus -9. So here's my -2. Here's my -9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't take -9 from -2. It's impossible. You can't do it. Think about the logic. You have negative value. It's less than 0. It doesn't even make sense. You can't have a negative, you can have a negative value, but you cannot physically hold something that's negative. Okay? So now you have a -2 minus a -9. Now, that's the easiest way I can show. I always tell the students, something that's less than 0, it's not there. It's there, but there's nothing in my hand. See, my hand's empty. So I'm going to try and change this. I'm going to get rid of all these negatives. I'm going to bring in their opposite, make me zero those out. And because I'm changing that to a positive, I'm changing that to addition. So this now becomes -2 plus +9, which can be also written as -2 +9, which now that I'm adding them, I can just zero out my pairs, which gives me a 7. Here are my 7 left. Okay, once I'm adding, you can zero out pairs. All right, let's look at the next one. 7 minus -5. Oh, I can take -5 from 7, but I still can't. I can take 5 from 7, but I can't take a -5 from 7 because a -5 is it's impossible. So I'm going to bring 7 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to bring my 5 negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I can't do it. That's less than 0. I'm going to take something less than 0 from 7. It just doesn't work. So I need to get rid of my negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I zero them out. By bringing in my positive 5s, this now becomes 7 plus +5, which in essence has become 7 plus 5, which gives me 12. And these guys here and these guys here are now here. All right, 3 minus +5. Okay, I can do that technically, right? I have 3, but I'm going to take 5 from it, but I can't do that because I only have 3. So how can I take a +5 from it? So I'm going to draw my +3, and I'm going to draw my +5. Okay, so I need to take this out, but in order to do all that, I got to change this. So I'm going to bring in my -5. 1, 2, 3. That makes this become a -5. That makes that become a positive, and that's a 3. Now my equation is 3 -5, because that's really what I'm doing. It's 3 plus -5. Now these are gone. I can just zero out my negatives, and I get an answer of a -2. Okay? Okay, next one. Hopefully this is becoming more of a pattern. You can see how you really are doing what you're changing to addition and then changing the sign, but why? Okay, 3 negative +2. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I could do that, right? No, because you're taking a positive away from a positive, so you really can't take positive from positive because it's going to become something. So I need to make those negative, and then I need to change the sign. So now it's 3 plus -2, which is the same as writing 3 minus 2, which you've been doing since kindergarten. You know that. And then I zero them out, and I get a 1. Next one, 4 minus -3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I can take 3 from 4, but I'm taking a -3. I can't take a -3 because 3 is less than 0. You can't do that. So 3, I'm going to bring in my -3. I'm going to bring in my +3. That gets rid of that. That makes that positive 3, which gives me a 7. Or just, it becomes 4 plus 3. And my last example to show you, negative 6 minus negative 3. That's totally impossible to do. You're taking two negatives from nothing and it makes no sense. So I've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here 1, 2, 3. I need to change this. 1, 2, 3. By changing that, I change this. So now it's negative 6. Negative 6 plus positive 3, which is the same as writing negative 6 positive 3, which now that I'm adding, I can go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, gives me a negative 3. Okay, so we are changing to addition, and we are changing the sign of the second value. But my whole thing is, I want you to make sure that you know that negative 7 minus negative 4 is really negative 7 plus positive 4, which is really, as we move on and stop showing parentheses, will be negative 7 positive 4. Okay, that's the exact same thing. I want you to remember that when you see, I'll just use these numbers again, 7 minus positive 4, it's really 7 plus negative 4, which is the same as writing 7 negative 4. Okay, so 7 minus 4 that you've been doing in kindergarten is the same as 7 plus negative 4, which is the same as 7 minus a positive 4. Confused? No, you're not. Because this is writing it as subtracting of integers, and this is writing it as addition of integers. And this here is that without parentheses.